Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. In the previous episode, we continued the construction of the Cellblock B, and it is, for the most part, complete. In fact, the only thing we really need to do is build the security room, the solitary area, and then put some flooring in. We do have some very basic flooring, but it's very hard concrete, and it's just not aesthetically pleasing. Not that that is really a high concern for us at the moment, because we have a lot of gang members and a lot of violence, and we are regularly having to micromanage that to make sure that we don't have any gang leaders in solitary, which kicks up the danger level. But for the most part, we are managing to do that quite effectively. I'm just going to double check to see if there's a potential CR, which there is, so we'll go ahead and get Liam Crowther in our confidential informant program. We also went ahead and expanded this central area. Now, originally the whole idea was to have a sort of gravel bit all the way around and then these guard towers. However, there was nobody going over to that right guard tower, and that was simply because, well, the way it works, like that tile, these two tiles here are sort of an entrance and exit, and if they don't have access to that, well, they can't get there, which is a problem. I should also remember to set that to staff only. So yes, that was a problem, and that's why we ended up expanding around here, and also why we put barbed wire there. We spent about maybe 15-20 grand on barbed wire, just because we need to get a lot of, well, we need to get a lot more protection. We had a lot of the gang members try to run up, basically jump over here and probably take out the sniper, although the combination of the armed guard in the back here, one of the standard guards as well as a K9 unit, and the fact that the sniper was dispensing some of their wares, it managed to stop the people jumping over the fence. But it did bring to light that that is a thing we should worry about. Anyway, we're going to max speed this out, and as you can see, we have just received an intake. We're currently on lockup time, and also on 91% for the inmate nutritional research, which is serve a single low quantity, low variety meal for 2 days. After that, it's 3 high variety, high quantity meals. So hopefully we'll be able to set that up to high before the next time they eat, which I believe is 8 o'clock anyway. 8 till 10, is it? It is 8 till 10 there. Starts at there, starts 8 and then finishes 10, so 2 hours there, so not too much of a problem. So you can see that they're going about their daily business. A lot of the time they're now coming into the canteen, simply because we have these pool tables and the TVs there. It's completely far from ideal. It's the opposite of ideal, but we don't live in an ideal world. We live in this world, which is get it done and hopefully it doesn't all explode world, which is not a place you want to take the kids on the weekend naturally, but still. Anyway, let's go over to concrete tiles here, and we're going to place in some concrete tiles because we need to get this finished off. One could argue that I should probably finish the solitary before buying a lot of tiles, and you would be completely correct about that. Still building though, so let's have a quick look. That is some shower tiles, so we're going to go over to the standard white tiles back there, and then this section is, it looks like to be the same iron flooring all the way back to there. So security room, we'll go ahead and build that. Is going to be, oh, hang on, we'll check. Well, I'm just going to check that in a moment. I've got my building mode on at this stage, so I want to just build this solitary, sorry, the security room that is in front of the solitary area, and it is in like so. So you can see that it is kicking off for some reason. We've got a Julian the escapist, Greenham, prisoner number 1754273, who's currently putting their hands up because of this red laser line coming from the sniper tower. Also, we've got a Barton there. We've got this person here, Volatile Dan Corner. That Volatile isn't his name, by the way. It's just what's happened there. It's one of his traits. You can see a lot of them have put their hands up. We haven't got free fire on, but the snipers there, look at all that. Wow. They're all put their hands up, and I don't think they're being punished, actually. Let's just check. Recent misconduct, maybe they are going to be punished. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm just double checking to see where we've got all my door openers. It's not in and around there, which is fine. Security room is going to get built, followed by this. Right, that's okay. So we finished our inmate nutritional research. Serve single low quantity, low variety meal. I would have changed that, but we got distracted building stuff, and the snipers were doing their thing. Let's go over to programs. I just want to check our spiritual guidance. No, do we really want to do that? 27 in queue. If I start that, will it even work? No, it just puts the one person in. So, I don't think we do. Guard test certification, 6 finished, only 2% pass. That's shocking. That's not what we wanted at all. So, why on earth is that the case? Staff needs. Haven't looked at this in a while, or if ever, I don't think, in this series. Bladder, bowels, food. I think we looked at it early on, but I'm just checking. There's no... Look at that. They're satisfied for safety. All the staff need it, but it's completely satisfied. You would expect if they've failed that guard taser certification, which the majority have done, there would be a reason for it, and I would have expected the reason for that failure would have been because they are worried about their safety, but it looks to be fine. It looks to be fine. Okay, I'm going to go over to programs, policy, high, regime, eat, oh, hang on, get rid of that, eat, and then eat. And then there we go. So that is a lot more for the cooks to cook, but I guess it needs must. So we're now working on the second part of the inmate nutritional research. I don't know, and I've really not done the maths for it, just how cost effective it is. Obviously you save some money doing the low quantity, low variety, but after doing a full day of 3 high variety, high quantity meals, oh no, 2 days, is that worth it? Like, is the money that you spend on that more? I assume it's not, because it wouldn't make any sense, although when there's a lot of things made sense. I would love to do a shakedown at this stage. Would absolutely love to do a shakedown. I'm not gonna, because we have 8 guards that can do it, and a total of, hang on, 325 places to search. Yeah, I think I will avoid that somewhat. So, we have, in total then, this flooring done, all of that around there done. I do need to put in the solitary doors, but that'll be a future me problem. We do have the patrols going around there. We don't have anything in here. I don't have a phone tap either, and I would really like a phone tap. And I think that is something that I'm probably going to go for after I spend get a bit of money by selling some shares. We're now down to 70% ownership of the prison. And what I want to do is pretty much power off the majority of the facility for just a little while, because I want to set it so that this thing runs all of this, and we need to then split up some of this cabling. So what I'm going to do is go to dismantle utility. I'm going to dismantle all of that, and then dismantle all of that, and then we will let them crack on. It is very early in the morning, so this is going to power off the facility. Hang on, there's some power off there, and power off there. Okay, so that is now off, so it means that we can go to power station, place a power station in there, and then place these in a very particular order, across there and then down on that side, because if we connect it up any other way, it's going to probably blow up. What I'm also going to do is dismantle utility, that, and also that, which then is going to power off a lot of the prison as well, I'm aware. Connect it up there, and connect it up there, and then finally there. And that should mean that we've now got 2 grids independent of one another. Well, it has to be independent, otherwise there's a ka-chunk noise and the whole thing powers off. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Getting there. Getting there. Today's beverage is mango juice drink. And yes, so we now have 2 grids. Pretty much okay. Excellent. So, the first original grid is now only on half capacity. The new one is on half capacity, but we've also only placed about half the capacitors. Just over half. The original grid is now powering the administration block, as well as the entrance and the currently not built other visitation area. It's powering the kitchen and canteen, again, not built or not expanded upon, which I do need to do. Gangs are furious, we're going to have to sort that out. The security room in the centre, followed by the death row and protective custody, which means that once we expand the kitchen and then have death row in, that'll probably be this power grid maxed out, so we'll have to then change this one again. Not too much of a problem. All we'll do is have the central section on another grid, and it means some chopping and changing, but as you can see, we've done it in one night. It wasn't a big problem. So I'm just going to look around and see where this problem lies. I guess it's with this green gang member here, and end the punishment There we go. Danger level is going down. So I'm just checking out where these green gang members are, and the blue, still unknown reputation. Still unknown reputation. Okay, what I'm going to do is expand our kitchen, because at the moment it's just too small, considering the amount of prisoners that we have and the ones that we're going to get, you understand. So from the bottom here, we'll work our way up to there. Fridge will be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot of money spent, but obviously it's spent in the right place. This will always be used. Sprinklers will go in. It was there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and then we'll have one roughly in the centre. It is only roughly, you understand. And then we will go for a sink as well on this side. And I think that's fine. I still place a couple of wheelie bins at the back there as well. So we're going to receive 8 prisoners, which is good. Just going to double check our deployment. That is definitely staff only. That is staff only. This is staff only. That is acceptable. That's acceptable. And hang on. Does this get letters? Dangerous. No, it's not. It's not. That's fine. I was going to say, does the mail room have letter openers or some such thing like that? And it does not. It does not. I'm guessing scissors, medicine, poison, etc. That can be nicked. If I change that to staff only, would it work? Would it do anything? I think that means they just have to be escorted there. Well, all that is staff only. Don't want them going in there. Not really any problem if they do, but there you go. Don't want to change these to staff only. I'm tempted to say infirmary staff only, so they're escorted there and can't walk in and nick stuff, but we'll see. So guard equipment, taser roll out there, so that's a bit better. Let me go over to the programs and check that. We can see guard taser certification, which is 12 finished, 8 passed, 12 finished. That's not possible. 12 finished? It is possible. It is possible. How's it work that out? 12 finished, 8 passed. But we've only got 8 guards that could even do it. So does it mean they've attempted it multiple times? But 8 passed is 66% pass rate. Is that? No. Yeah, that's the pass rate for that. So 12 finished, 8 passed, so 66%. Yeah, that's fine. Not 66% of the 12 possible guards that we could have, because that wouldn't make sense, because we'd have 16 guards if it was counting the dog handlers, which it isn't. So maths. Okay, we will crack on and get some prisoners and some more money in now. So we're going to go to gangs. We'll just see what sort of gang members. Whoa, that's a big green intake. Speaking of intake, look at that. That is immense. We have, in terms of our gang membership census, we have 25 red gang members, 27 green, 28 blue. So it's fairly even as it goes. We do have extremely volatile and lots of unknowns. Right, okay. As long as we know. You can see that we have not yet powered all of this up, so I'm going to go ahead and do just that. Actually, we'll follow the same path as we've done there. A small pipe will run up this time to there, and same along to these ones. There we go. So that is all of the kitchen pretty much sorted. We have 13 grand remaining, which is, and we're receiving 1,369 per day. We'll receive a little bit of money as well once we get the inmate nutritional research, and the money that we're getting for daily cash flow will also go up when you consider that this inmate nutritional research is going to go back down to the original normal sort of layout. So that's okay. That's alright. You can see that this sniper is really wanting to get into that tower. What I'm going to do is go ahead and go foundation, building brick, and oh dearie me. So that is one person dead. Stokel Quick and gang member Stephen Hua 3043 or Hua. something like that. Sentenced for 29 years for multiple crimes, including aggravated assault and violent disorder. You can see that they have done an escape attempt, attacked prisoner, and attacked staff. And they have not packed in. Is that the gang leader? That's the gang leader. Whoa! Okay. So, that is the gang leader. They also have completely different skin tones, top and bottom. Huh. And they are now charging towards that. And then they'll be jumping over that fence. That is a problem. Yeah, obviously. Guard response, free fire. This gang leader, I'm sure it's the gang leader. Gang leader. Still unknown reputation, but he managed to punch and kill that guard in practically 1 or 2 hits. So we know that... There we go, they're unconscious. Ooh, we are guesstimating, and I don't think it's unreasonable to assume still, that they are a legendary prisoner. At least deadly. I'd say volatile as well. There we are. Right. So we've stopped that. We will have to end the punishment straight away because it's just going to increase that danger level. 13 grand remaining. We will spend a lot of that on these doors. It is 500 each. So there is a total of 4,500. We now have a bit more money to spend. And where are we going to spend it? Well, we're going to receive some more prisoners. And we don't really want to build another cell block just yet. I do want to get this common room up and running. So let's do just that. So I'm just going to check down here, see roughly what we have going there. It is a double entrance with large jail door there. Now, obviously this thing here will almost certainly be taken over by one of the gangs. Speaking of that, the one down here's been taken over, and that's been taken over. And I thought the yard was taken over as well, but it might not be doing that simply because we haven't got these weight benches placed. Speaking of that, we should probably place some more weight benches in, although that at the moment is not possible because we still have that remove weight benches from yards from the governor that called anyway. So doing that would actually be of no benefit at this stage. In fact, it would be detrimental because we would get fined, and that's something that we really don't want because we don't have nowhere near the cash that we want. Although we are still working on that. Serve 3 high variety, high quantity meals for 2 days. I am still not against getting rid of some staff if we need to, and also getting rid of some shares. We could even sell some more. For the morgue, I am going to go ahead and spend a bit of money on extending that. I would like to do the same thing for the infirmary, but it's probably not really money well spent. You can see that that guy is unconscious there and is still staying there. I'm guessing it's because that we don't have anywhere for them to be taken because that is staff only. Is that the case? They are bleeding out in that corner. So if I change this deployment then to shared, will it fix the problem? Or not? They are now being taken to the infirmary. Thought so. Thought so. Right, for this for a common room, the question is, do I want to build the same thing? Pretty much. Pretty much. I am going to build it very sparsely, simply because I'm going to... What's the gap? Simply because they're almost certainly going to take it over anyway. So what's the point? If I build it and make it really good, it's just going to be taken over. So, in the centre, door control system we have. Would like to get another one. Priorities though, I think we need a phone tap. Oh, I think we've been needing a phone tap for quite some time. But we're going to get another phone tap, or a phone tap, and find out what some traits people have. Connections. Over to there. That's now connected. We have this. Wrong common room. See, if I just don't designate this as common room, it would be fine. They wouldn't even take it over. They wouldn't even care about taking it over. Whereas as it stands, it would work fine. It's a very quirky part of the game. You could just not designate that as common room and they would still use these TVs. It would work exactly as a common room would normally work, and yeah, there's really no point. There's really no point designated when you've got guards. When you've got gangs, rather, because they would just take it over. Not how the game's supposed to be used and supposed to be ran, but hey ho, that's just how it is. We've got phone taps, so we're going to place some more phones up to there. No, we're not. We're out of money. We need another couple of generic units of currency for that. But we now have that phone tap in there. We're up to 52% for the serve 3 high variety, high quantity meals for 2 days. And you can see there is a plan, and I'm almost certain that this is going to be trying to take... Oh my good grief. Do you think they have a plan to take over the recently built common room? Would you say? Guard response. So, you can see the gangs are swarming in. Right, so they have managed... Hang on, I'll put that back on. They have managed to go over the threshold. So, at the moment, we have 11 red soldiers, 12 green, 11 blue. They are they're all over the threshold. So they're just sort of standing around. I mean, to be fair, I put my money on red simply because they've got a guy called Prometheus here. So, oh, and Pigeon just doesn't want to take his shirt off. It's cold. I don't want to do it. Yeah, they're going to stand around, sort of posture a bit. Nah, not worth the risk. Then they'll walk off. Okay, that's pretty much what we expected. Right, so I would love to build that phone booth there, but we don't have enough money. Valuation, I can't sell shares because of the recent deaths. So basically, I will have to connect up what we have and then almost certainly forget about that one remaining phone booth. And then I'll be reminded of it in the comments multiple times. And then there you go. That's just how it is. So we have the phone tap in. We have the phones connected. We have also probably not enough... I don't think we have enough cooks for the size of this one. Certainly with high quantity and high variety 3 times a day. That's why the cooks are stressed out and overworked. But we do have a total of 82 capacity, 79 at the moment there. You see it says Protect Custody 2. We could end up building this. If we built this, we would technically then be able to get another guard if we're following the rules that we set for ourselves. But I think we will leave it there. Next episode, we'll see if anyone takes the common room. It's currently unlikely simply because of the ratio from the 3 different gangs. So I think we'll go ahead and build this room, which currently is a parole, and a something else, which we'd never really decided. I'm very tempted to have it as another common room, but not designated as such, but I don't know. I really don't know what that's going to be. And we can think about another cell block. Cell block C or D. Probably C, because that comes generally before D. Either way, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.